Okay, I want to welcome you to Technical Math. There's a few things I want to show you when you get logged into your portal account, your UAPTC portal, that will really help you out. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Blackboard. Once you get into your Blackboard, you want to find the class, Technical Math class. Okay, so sorry, it took just a little bit long to load up. So this technical math class is actually the summer term one available, so I'm going to pick it. And I'm also going to turn on my student view so you can kind of see what you would see instead of what I would see. So there are a couple of important things that you need to know. This little taskbar over here has quite a bit of things that are important to you. One thing that is very important are the announcements. If you click on announcement, it kind of gives you this is kind of what you need to do this week, a welcome announcement. Tomorrow there will also be a week one that will give really specifics as to what you need to accomplish this week. But that's going to be under the announcements. It's also going to be sent to you out in an email to your UAPTC email. So you want to check this every week, the announcements. So if you don't get the email, you can always click on it and it'll have any of the other things that I wanted to tell you. Faculty information just gives you some information about me. Then you've got your course schedule. So your course schedule is going to be important because it tells you exactly when things are due, and gives you an idea of all that stuff. You've got your course content box. Now the course content gives you additional information. If you're really having trouble with a chapter, you can go on here and find a post that will really help you, or a lesson that will really help you maybe make it through that section of the chapter if you're having trouble with it and the videos on your MyLabs are not helping. So this is a good resource under course content. It also has where you need to make your discussion post. Discussion is worth 10% of the class. So there will be in this summer term, there will be 4 discussion posts. In the regular term, there will be 14. Because there will be a weekly discussion post. They are not difficult. They're usually a way for me to just communicate with you about what's going on in the class. So the discussion shouldn't take you longer than 5 minutes a week, but you need to get on there, you need to pick the week, and you need to do your discussion posts. Those are 10% of your grade. Okay, so that was under course content. If you go on down, you've got my student links. Okay, that's going to give you everything that is in as a reference for your book and everything. So this would give you your library, your assignments, your grade book. Most people don't really use a lot of this stuff. They stick mainly to these other two on the left where it says MyLab Assignments. That's where you're going to find all your assignments. And MyLab Math Gradebook, which is going to have your grades for the assignments. This is where you would find your grade in the course, and it's always updated. So I'm going to go into my lab assignments and just let you see what that looks like. The very first thing that you need to do is you need to do your syllabus. That is going to be very important. I'm sorry, not your syllabus, but your course agreement. That's going to be very important in this class to do your course agreement. If you don't do your course agreement, then you will be removed from the class. That's just a rule of the university. So, hold on one second. Okay, so this is what this kind of looks like. You're going to click on the course agreement. It's going to ask you a few questions and you need to answer those. Basically just saying you understand what you're getting into, that you agree to these terms. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is the chapter 1 pretest. And so I'm going to go ahead and click start test here just so that you can see. I'm going to get some of the questions right and some of the questions wrong. because what happens on the pretest is if you do really well on it, it marks off some of your homework. And so it's taking a while to load up, more than normal, I think. But so there's 15 questions on this pretest. So what it basically does is, if you already know how to do that topic, then it doesn't make you do the homework on this. So this says, in this setting, in setting up his latest wiring job, an electrician cut the following lengths of wire: 277, 814, 67, 2,640, and 855, and they're all in feet. And it says find the total length of the wire spread. Well, you would need to add all those things up. I got 4,653 feet. And then I'm going to hit the next question. It's going to check my answer there. Okay. Now, I'm not going to work all of these. I just want you to be able to see. So to balance an engine, a mechanic must know the total weight of a piston assembly, also known as the reciprocating weight of the assembly. A certain piston assembly consisted of 585 grams piston and 84 grams wrist pin, and the screen is out just a little bit. It's 51 grams of compression and oil rings, and the small end of the connecting rod is 146 grams. Now those are all in grams, so we would need to add up all of those numbers. I'm getting 866, and I'm going to click to the next question. There's an arrow at the bottom as well as the top. An electronics mixing circuit adds two given input references to produce an output signal. If the input references are 28,158 and 61,919, calculate the frequency of the output signal. Once again, we're just adding there. Okay. Which total volume is greater? 4 drums containing 81, 64, 87, and 89 liters. So we would need to add up those. 81 plus 64 plus 87 plus 89. That gave me 321. Or 3 volumes that contain 77, 188, and 81. Okay, and that gave me 346. So the three volumes that contain the 346 is bigger than the 341. So I would need to subtract 346 minus 321, and I would need to say, well, that's 25 liters. Okay, let me do one more question. I'm just going to just want you to be able to see what this is. So a potentiometer, probably said that wrong, is a device that acts as a variable resistor, allowing a resistance to change from 0 ohms to some maximum value. If a 40,000 ohm I'm sure that you electronic people can say this a lot better than me, but potentiometer is set to 5,400 ohms as shown, calculate the resistance. So we're going to need to calculate the resistance here, and so we're going to need to take our 40,000 and subtract off our 5,400. So 40,000 minus 5,400. So we really only have a resistance of 34,600. Okay. I'm going to hit next. Now, I know that there are several more questions to this quiz, but I'm going to go ahead and submit it because I want you to see what happens. It says you have not completed your assignment. You still have 10 unanswered questions. Are you sure you want to submit? Well, yeah, I do. I'm just going to take zeros on those, which is not a good idea. So it looks like we got question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which was the ones we stopped doing wrong. So now I want to go, okay, well, I'm going to look at my homework now. So I took my pretest. I didn't do that great on it. On section 1, video 1, PowerPoints. These videos and these PowerPoints are from this book. So there are other ones available that I have done under course content under Blackboard that I showed you just a minute ago, but these videos will also help you with the next section. So I'm going to open up the next section, and I'm going to look at it. And what I'm hoping is that maybe it marks some of my homework off, because I think I might have answered some questions right on the pretest about adding. And look, I answered all the questions right about adding on my pretest. So I don't have to do any homework because I got them right up front. Okay, so there's nothing I need to do on that one. Okay, and if I go to section videos on section 2, I open up that one. Okay, I did not get any of the subtraction problems right, probably because we didn't work them right. So if I had gotten a couple of skills, it would have put check marks besides the ones that I had gotten correct. Okay, so those are the basic things that you need to know. You need to know that you're going to go in, you're going to do your course agreement quiz. You want to do the best you can on your pretest so that you won't have as much homework. And even after you do your homework, I'm going to get out of this real quick. Even after you do your homework, you want to make sure you go over here and you see score. Like this score, it turned into 100%. Let me spread my screen out a little bit further so you can see that. So over here on C score, it didn't give me a score for my pretest because those are not graded. That's just to see how you can do. But it did mark off my homework 1. It gave me a 0 on homework 2. So you want to make sure that those are 100%. If you are, let's talk about late assignments. If you are late on an assignment, and it tells you when your assignment's due on your syllabus, it tells you on your also on your form that has the class schedule. It also has the due dates over here. So chapter 1 and chapter 2 are due this first week in the summer section. But if you happen to be late, you can still work the assignment if it's homework for a deduction of 10%. So you can still make a 90% on your homework if you're late. On a test, except for the final you have to turn in by the time the final's due. But on a test, you can work a test late with a 20% deduction. Okay, so this should really get you started on this class. You need to get into MyLabs, you need to start working, you need to plan on, in a summer class, spending at least 2 hours a day on this. In a regular semester, you would spend about an hour a day allotting for this time. You want to take notes while you're working the problems. It'll help you with the test. You'll have things to go back over and look at while you're taking your test. So any questions you have, feel free to email me. My email is mhill@uaptc.edu, and I'll be very happy to talk to you about anything you need. Have a great day.